Now, real people, real opinions. Nighttime talk with Niall Boylan.
Ireland's classic hits radio.
I see our anomaly texter is texting in there again, AJ. Now trying to define what the word anomaly is. Yeah, I'm sticking to my guns on that one, by the way. If you, by your own definition, you're actually wrong. But anyway, I'm not even going to get into it. I couldn't be bothered. Couldn't be arsed at this stage of the night. A little bit later on, by the way, I will be joined by John Edwards, an artist from South Wales, who's using his talent to explore some of the most pressing issues that we face in society today, particularly mental health problems. But first, I'm going to read out this email. Hi, Niall. I met up with my sisters last week and we were trying to make plans for Christmas. We were talking about the Christmas dinner and, as usual, having it in my mum's, as my dad passed away a few years ago. We've been doing... hold on, sorry. Hang on. Sorry about that. I do apologise. We've been doing this big Christmas get-together every year so that she doesn't get lonely. It's great because we all get to see each other and all of the kids get to spend time together too, as they are all close in age. Anyway, I told my husband about the plan and he absolutely lost it. He can't stand my mother or my sisters and he wants to have Christmas at home, just me and him and the two kids. Now, we have properly fallen out over this and had an all-out row, and he's even sleeping in the spare room. Oh, that's a bad sign, isn't it? I think he's been really selfish, but he can't see it. He's refusing to give in and says if I go and take the kids to my mum's, he will leave and we won't see him again till New Year's because he's going out with his mates. I'm shocked at his reaction. Can you ask your listeners what they think? Am I being selfish wanting to spend Christmas with my family? Should I listen to him and have a quiet Christmas at home for a change? Thanks, Val. Well, Val, I'm going to be honest with you. You know, there's been a give and take in life. You know what I mean? And realistically, you have to give every now and again before you can take. And, you know, if you don't mention, does she mention how many kids she had there? Sorry, didn't really mention. But they're young kids, all right? And, you know, it's nice to spend time as a husband, you know, with your wife and your kids or kid or whatever it happens to be, and just, you know, have a Christmas with them. You know, you can visit your mothers. I'm sure if there's a compromise there, maybe there's a compromise and say, listen, do you mind if we drop over to Mama's for an hour in the evening time? You know, and pop over for an hour for a quick, you know, I don't know, you can have a drink if he's driving, whatever, or he can have a drink if you're driving, you know, and a little bit of a compromise. But give in to her, or say, listen, I tell you what, we'll go over to your mum's. We'll go over to my mum's for an hour or two on Christmas on Stephen's Day. But I don't think he's asking much. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think. The number is 087 188 0008. I think he's probably going a bit over the top by saying he's going to leave. Let me go to Susan. Susan, hi. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
How's it going?
Susan, I met a friend of yours last week.
You can hear me okay on this one?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you met a friend of mine. Oh, great. Who was that, Niall?
I can't remember. She introduced herself to me. I was in a nightclub doing a gig, and she came over and she said, you know Susan, the caller to your show. She said, yeah. And I think she may be related to you or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Was it Marie? Was it Noldy or like I got friends? I got a lady, a friend of mine in Allenwood. She might be listening now. She's not that old.
I didn't say she was old. I never said she was old. You said that. I just said a friend of yours.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just thought I'd say it to you. She introduced herself to me anyway.
Probably one of the gym bunnies. If she was in a nightclub.
Oh, right. You know? Okay. I get you.
Yeah.
Anyway, Susan, moving on from that, I mean, is she being unreasonable expecting her husband to keep going to her mother's at Christmas all the time?
Hold on a second till I think, for what it's worth, Niall, I think it's better, you know, if she goes to the mother, because I had a difficult situation myself, you know, and I'd say to the neighbour, oh, you know, my mother's been a little bit difficult and she's given me grief, and she said, don't go up there. And I regret not going and seeing my mother more, because your mother isn't around forever. Yeah, you know, and I think you should just kind of give in to the mother. Give in to the mother and say to the husband, well, this is the way it is, you know, and just be with the mother.
But see, she's married. Yeah, but she's got to remember, she's married now. Mm-hmm. She has a husband and children. She has her own little family. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from. It's very difficult when you have a family, first of all, and then you have a new family.
Yeah.
Where do you go? You're kind of you're stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Well, you're
Is
not
that how I
really.
put it?
Your new family, your wife and your kids come first. And now, don't get me wrong, your mother's always one of the most important people in your life. But your wife and your new family come first, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Or do they?
Well, I would always see my brother at Christmas time, but now I haven't heard from him in a while, and I probably won't see him this year. You know, he doesn't really want to talk to me for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I upset him, but I don't
Maybe
really
you did.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm good at doing that, Niall. I'm good at putting my feet in it and my 2 feet in it and saying the wrong thing and upsetting people and hurting people and being insensitive. You know, I just come out with things. And I don't mean to be rude or insensitive, but I do. Anyway, the thing is, I haven't heard from him in a good while and probably won't hear from him at Christmas. But it was difficult because I couldn't bring my John and bring my Nick if I was seeing my brother. You know, so I know where that girl is coming from. It's a horrible situation to be in.
Well, he says if she goes to her mother's, he's leaving the house and she won't see him till New Year's.
He won't. Yeah, well, that's good. At least he's going to come back. And that's good if he can have a break.
So would you not go with my suggestion? My suggestion to Val, if she's listening, is compromise. So turn around to him and say, listen, I appreciate what you're saying. You know, you want to have a family day. Okay, let's do that. But can we pop over to Mam's on Stephen's Day? You know, a bit of a compromise.
Yeah, but it's that Christmas dinner carry on, you know, and having the kids all together and all playing together, you know. And
That's my idea of hell, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and most man's idea of hell, but it's kind of for the kids and for the women, you know, and let the men stay in a room and smoke their cigarettes and have their pints of beer.
It's old school, isn't it? The women can chat and gossip away, and the men can sit in rooms and drink beer and smoke. That's what. Yeah.
Well,
I suppose.
Well, that's what most men like to do.
Is it? Okay, I don't. Well, I smoke, but I don't drink beer.
Well, and men would have a chat, you know, and the ladies do their thing and let the kids play. Yeah. But look, he doesn't want to go. He feels uncomfortable there. He doesn't want to go.
I don't even like eating dinner in other people's houses. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, do you not?
No, I'm one of those weirdos.
Can feel for that man.
Yeah, I'd be like him. See, I wouldn't. You know, I'm a home bird. You know, I want to be with my wife. And, you know, and at home, and, you know, and I love my wife's cooking, and she likes my cooking too, by the way. I'm a good cook too. And we, you know, but that's okay. But I wouldn't, if you invited me over for dinner, Susan, let's say, right, for Christmas Day, I'd sit there and I'd nibble at the food. I'd be like, I'd be gagging, even though it's probably lovely. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you can't, you're not a social.
I don't like eating other people's food. Because I don't know how it's been cooked or if they've been touching it with their hands or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was in somebody's house one day and we were invited for dinner a long, long time ago. And I seen the person taking, it was like roast beef. And they were lifting the roast beef with their hands off because they had sliced it onto a plate. And I was looking across, I was sitting at the table, you know, waiting to be served something. And I seen the wife lifting it with her hands onto the plate, the slices onto everyone's plates. And as much as I love roast beef, I couldn't eat it. I was like, I was gagging.
No.
I got in. She could have been doing that with her hands beforehand. You know what I mean? She's wiping her arse or something with it.
I know. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, well, hang on. Let me go to Sharon. Sharon, hi. How are you?
Hi, now. I'm good, thank you. And I'm with you all the way. All the way. I've had a lot of Christmases. I'll tell you what it is. I've a lot of Christmases under my belt. I'm I'm a person who will acquiesce a lot. I often put other people's feelings ahead of my own. So I would have a lot of Christmases gone with, say, with my husband's family. But there came a point where I wanted to have Christmas in my own house. So we did that. And I think that there has to be a bit of give and take. And that husband should not be forced to go to that house if he doesn't want to. You know, the priority, his family is the priority. Their family is the first, and that's what's important. And there should be a way maybe of that. Maybe she goes over to her mother's for an hour on Christmas. I'm sure the husband wouldn't mind that at all. But you have to have give and take.
You wouldn't want her going over on her own. That kind of ruins the whole Christmas then, doesn't it?
Well, then she should do it for this year. Go to, have it at home, and then next year maybe,
Susan's argument is...
Good idea.
Yeah, Susan's argument is your mother isn't around forever.
But it's not his mother. It's her mother-in-law.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Like, how would she feel if he wanted to go to his mother's for dinner? Why is it we never go to husbands' mothers for dinner? Do you know what I mean? That just doesn't happen, really.
Well, I always did go to my husband's mother's. I did.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
But then there came a point where... Yeah, and it was lovely. It was enjoyable. But then there came a point when I had my own child. I wanted to go to have it in my own house. So that's what we did then.
No, I love Christmas Day, and I think it's the kind of smell of Christmas Day and being in the house, myself and Karen and my stepdaughter, and we're there and being in the house, you're home, it's warm, the smell of turkey, sitting down, making a little bit of an effort to make the table look nice and everything else, and the candles, and it's just lovely, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, and the day goes slower. It goes faster when you're in other people's houses. It's nice, luxuriously.
I don't like that mayhem. See
house.
that mayhem of 2 and 3 families all around a table and people sitting on boxes, kids sitting out on the sofa with their dinner, and you know what I mean? No.
I sat on one of the children's guns. They had a rifle. There was 2 of them, but I got a rifle for Christmas, and one of them put it across a chair. I sat on it and broke it.
Oh no! Was he crying?
I didn't see it. In fairness, they seemed to get over it pretty quickly, but I felt pretty bad.
Sure you did. But it's that whole idea of having not enough seats for everybody, and the kids sitting outside on sofas and floors eating their food, and everything doesn't come ready on time, and the peas are cold, and there's 9 people, and they're all talking at the same time. Couldn't be dealing with it. Couldn't be dealing with it. Not my cup of tea.
But a lot of people do it.
It's not my idea. It's my idea of hell.
People do that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't like it.
But if they're happy with it, that's fine. As long as everybody's happy with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Susan, would you like that kind of thing? No? Yeah? No, you would, wouldn't you?
27 people all around the table.
10 people, 12 people, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I like a social occasion where there might be a Christmas party. I like that kind of thing, but I'm not sure I'd like it on a Christmas Day.
Yeah,
I don't think I could handle it.
Christmas Day is about family and the kids and your family. It's like your new little family. Well, hang on, let me just get a male voice in. Eddie, hi, how are you doing, Eddie?
Good evening, Noel. You well?
I'm good. Eddie, look, this Christmas Day thing always causes a problem, doesn't it? Particularly with new couples.
Do you know what, Noel? I'm with the husbands. That sounds like my idea of hell. Now, I don't like Christmas anyway. To me, it's the most boring day of the year.
Would you stop out of that,
I always volunteer.
You Grinch.
I always volunteer to work instead, because Stephen's Day for me is better. All the sports on, the King George is on, all the lads are out. Much better experience.
The better.
But it has to be, like that lady says, give and take. It has to be compromised. They went there last year. Now his family are growing up. So why can't they start making their own memories? And then next year they can go back to her ma's. Or like if he turned around and went, well, we're going to your ma's all the time. What about my ma? She's not going to be around forever. It sounds like she'd still throw her toys out of the pram.
Yeah, I think she would.
Don't put him in a position where he feels uncomfortable. Know your partner. You know what I mean? And come to a compromise where you go for tea in the evening. So you're only there for about an hour and a half. Don't leave them sitting there all day with a lot of bleeding, screaming kids and a lot of old ones drinking tea and talking gossip. Fellas doesn't want that. No. You know what I mean?
No.
That's my idea of hell. You know, like, he wants to enjoy his Christmas Day. He wants to start making memories with his own family, in his own house. So let him have that.
Yeah, watching Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with his own kids.
Yeah. You know, he doesn't need to be sat around put in a position where he doesn't want to be in, and his whole day is ruined. And she's not going to enjoy it because she knows he doesn't want to be there. So there has to be a compromise.
Is he throwing his toys out of the cop, by the way, by saying, if you go, I'm leaving the house and not coming back till New Year's?
Something like I'd say.
I'll see you New Year's Day.
Oh, I tell you, that'd be my idea of heaven. 5-day bender.
With the lads for Christmas?
Yeah.
Would you do that, Eddie? Yeah. Would you do a 5-day
I
bender?
would, yeah. Not a bother. Not a bother.
You go horse racing.
He wouldn't, well, not horse. I don't know if Eddie's into the horses or not, but...
Oh, I do like a little nail bet. I'll be up to Leopardstown one of the days, yeah. But, yeah, don't put him in a position where he just feels uncomfortable, because it's going to ruin your day if you know he's not enjoying it. You know? So come to a compromise. You go up Christmas Eve, for Christmas night for tea, or maybe you go Stephen's Day.
For an hour or
You
two.
know?
For an hour or two.
Yeah, just kind of come to a compromise. But I'd love to know her reaction if he turned around and said to her, well, we're always going to your mass. Let's go to mine for a change.
Don't,
you know?
Yeah, I don't think
she
be
still
happy.
wouldn't be happy, because I think her thing is, it's my family, and all my brothers and sisters and all the kids are going to be there, so I want to be there. And he doesn't get a say. You know, it's all about her family.
Yeah, like she went off and made the arrangements. See, here's what pisses me off about this email. I'm sorry, Val, if you're listening, who sent in the email. He went off and she made the arrangements without even talking to him about it. When all the arrangements were finalised, then she goes and tells him. So she obviously really considered him in all of this. And I say that sarcastically, by the way. Yeah.
She's trying to force his hand. She's trying to put him in a position where she goes, well, it's all sorted now. And if he doesn't go, then he looks an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
He's not
I wouldn't
going
be having
anyway.
that.
Yeah, Sharon, do you like Christmas Day, by the way?
I love it, Niall.
What do you
I
like
love
about it? What do you like about it?
I just like, well, first of all, I'm not saying I'm Holy Joe, but I do.
It's a mass.
I do. The birth of Christ, that's. I know they say he wasn't born at Christmas, but that's the day we celebrate it, and I like that part. And I just like the whole thing of everybody, family seeing each other and giving each other little presents, and just it being a day to mark in the year where you take stock of everything,
I'm not joking. If I had my way, and I normally work Christmas Day because I volunteer, because I'd rather the treble time. But if I was off Christmas Day, I'd rather just stay in bed all day. I'm not joking. I cannot stand it. I don't drink at home. I'm a social drinker. Drinking in the house to me, it's alien. I don't enjoy it. For a house,
if you would enjoy to stay in bed on Christmas Day, then that's what you should do.
Exactly.
But Eddie, I don't know. You sound like a bit of a Grinch, Eddie.
Oh, I hate it, Noel. Hate it with a passion.
Stop.
It's the most boring day of the year.
But that's only. But that, and I'm saying this, and I don't mean to insult you. That's only because you don't have a wife and you don't have kids.
Well, I kind of have a thing going. But
okay.
Me.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's new.
I just don't like Christmas Day. I don't like it. I don't.
Have you got a new girlfriend? Have you got a new girlfriend?
Look, I've
Well, I have to tell you something. My parents split up at Christmas, so I didn't like Christmas for a few years because my father literally broke up on Christmas week. So, but when I met my husband's family, the joy of Christmas came back again. I had some lovely Christmases at his mum's, and it changed my view. Sometimes if you have a bad Christmas in the past, it can kind of colour your view of it, I suppose you have to try different things, see what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
another word. Describe my Christmas Day.
Yeah. What's so great about it? What will you do?
I just think it's the excitement of myself and Karen give each other loads of Christmas cards, right? I'll get her about I'd say so. I get her about 7 or 8 cards.
One's enough.
No, one is not enough.
Hallmark.
It takes 8 cards to declare his love.
And throughout the day, then you give another one every now and again, and she'll give me one, and and we buy kind of little small presents and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
That sounds sick.
What's sick about it?
My husband always has a surprise.
It's too lovey-dovey. It's too lovey-dovey. I gave you a card an hour ago. Here's another one. And I'm going to give you another 5 on the hour every hour.
Yeah.
Christ almighty.
And then, so then the cards is the good bit. We make dinner together then, usually. Well, okay. We make dinner together. Then we'll buy, we give each other presents. Like lots of little small little things as well. You know what I mean? Like nothing too extravagant. You know what I mean?
I love that little half smile that my husband has when I think I've gotten all my presents, and then I know
There's an extra one.
more.
There's an extra one. Yeah, that's part of the excitement. And it's all about the giving. And then to see, the happiness on children's faces, Eddie, when there's children involved, to see the smiles on their face and the gratitude, and it's, you're off work. You don't think about work for the whole day. It's just, there's something very special about Christmas. I'm not a Christian, as you well know, but I consider myself the most Christian atheist you can probably find, in respect of that.
You're a conundrum.
Yeah, I am a bit of a conundrum. I value Christmas because I think it's a lovely time for people to reflect on the year, reflect on each other, reflect on your friendships, and get rid of the negativity out of your life and just focus on each other. And then we make the dinner together. We'll sit down and have a nice dinner together. We'll sit down and watch TV together and watch something nice on the television. We usually like to watch older movies, actually, on Christmas Day. Not particularly the newer stuff. The old Willy Wonkas and that kind of stuff.
Do me a favour, Noel, will you?
Yeah, Eddie.
Never give me a bleeding invoice.
You'd love it, Eddie.
Oh, stop. I'd streel myself up in the backyard, and I tell you.
You'd be my idea. You'd be my worst nightmare. Susan, what's your Christmas Day like, Susan?
Well, it's lovely. It's kind of quiet, though. It's a little bit like that other chap was saying, a little bit boring for me, because there's not an awful lot to do. You're waking up, you get up a little bit late, have a bit of fry up, and then John makes a lovely big turkey and ham and whatnot and loads of stuff. And then they all go asleep in the afternoon.
That's because the turkey does that to you.
That's my favourite part.
It's what they call it, the tryptamine, I think it's called. It's an amino acid in turkey. So this is true about why people fall asleep. Because now chicken has the same amino acids, but not as much. You know what I mean? Puts you asleep.
What's the name for it? A trypso acid?
I think it's called a tryptamine. I'll check it out. I must probably pronounce it right.
Tryptophan.
Tryptophan, is it? Okay. It's the same. They use the same amino acid in sleeping tablets.
Oh,
yeah. And now, obviously, not the same amounts, obviously. But if you have a fair bit of whack of turkey, it will make you tired. Yeah. But you get but either way, you're having a bigger dinner than usual. So you kind of get a food coma anyway,
Yeah, and they're gone out cold.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, oh my God, what'll I do with myself,
Everybody's...
I might just get it.
Yeah.
Snoring.
And do you have your turkey hot or do you have it cold?
Oh, it has to be hot, Eddie. Eddie, that's a stupid question.
Have a cold.
No. Honestly, my mum and dad always had it cold.
Oh, no. Has to be. A nice hot turkey and, nice stuffing, lovely stuffing. Now, made with sausage meat and everything else. Proper stuffing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yummy.
I know.
Where would you get the turkey, Niall? Would you get it in the butcher?
Yeah, you buy a crown. It depends on it. Like if it's a big, obviously a lot of people, you buy a full turkey. But if there's only the 2 or 3 years, you'd buy a crown, wouldn't you?
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, you buy it. Because I wouldn't eat the legs of the wings anyway.
And would that be the only day of the year you eat turkey?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, see, I don't like turkey.
Yeah, I do like it. Is that much different? Is that much different to chicken, to be honest with you?
Oh, it's much drier.
It's dry. It is drier than chicken, yeah. But a nice gravy sort that out.
I live for Stephen's Day, Noel. I live for Stephen's Day. I'm out at 12 o'clock. The racing starts. Football's on about 1 o'clock. Then there's another game about 5 o'clock. Then we're having games at Killer Pool. All the lads are out.
You can do that any day, Eddie. But you can do that any day.
The pubs are open, maybe, is it?
Sorry?
The pubs are open, Eddie, and you'd be having a few pints, maybe.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but Eddie, you can do that any day.
Oh, you can't. It's very seldom everyone's out together, And the King George is on, one of the best races of the year. There's always a good few football matches on.
Yeah. See your day. That sounds like my idea of hell.
Yeah, see, I'm sports mad, Noel. You wouldn't have a clue. Like,
yeah, my dad would love you. He would have hung out with you all the time.
Yeah. I'd hang out with all the outfielders in the pub, because it'd all be like kind of me. Real.
Okay, well, let me hang on. Let me just go to Sarah before I finish here. Sarah, we've got off the topic now. Sarah, hi, how are you?
I'm grand.
Okay, Sarah, going back to the original topic, by the way, what should happen here?
What is it, this topic?
We've lost one of ourselves completely now. Look, forget about the topic. What do you do on Christmas Day? Sarah?
Nothing really. I take it easy.
Nothing at all?
Nothing. I just love the Christmas music. I'd listen to it 24/7. I think it's the best thing about Christmas. I think they should play the music 24/7. And my good song is "I Want to Hit the Hippopotamus for Christmas," and I love that song.
Give us a bar.
Hit the hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus for blue. I don't want to know. Anyway, yeah. And come here, listen.
One of them fucking turkey cleaving tablets, will you?
Yeah, I know. But I'm loving the way she's saying hippopotamus. Did you actually listen? Say it again there. Go ahead.
No, listen.
Hippopotamus?
No. But yeah, Christmas, I don't like turkey. I like chicken at Christmas and the sprouts and the stuffing.
Oh, by the way, just on, I know this is a morbid note because we have to finish up anyway. Can I just pass on my condolences? I'm not too sure if your husband was a friend of Michael Reid.
That's right. There's a big thing going on now tomorrow.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Michael Reid, very famous radio presenter. He worked in LMFM, and I know your husband works in LMFM as well. So, yeah, just to pass on our condolences to all the people and all the people in the radio station at LMFM that knew him. Michael, unfortunately, he was diagnosed with terminal cancer. It didn't last very long, unfortunately. And he was only diagnosed recently, wasn't he, with terminal cancer? And he passed away. He passed away there, 58 years of age. Great broadcaster, by the way. I have to laugh, by the way, at some of the politicians, passing on their condolences. A lot of them wouldn't go on the show with him.
Simon Harris.
A lot of them didn't like going on the show with him at all because he was good at challenging them. But anyway, Sarah, listen, have a lovely Christmas. I know it's not even Halloween yet. I was in the shopping centre today and one of the shops already had Christmas decorations up. I said, are you having a laugh? Anyway, Sharon, have a lovely Christmas.
Thank you.
You too, Niall.
Susan.
And all the...
Thanks, Niall.
Eddie.
Thank you.
Happy Christmas.
Bah humbug.
Happy Stephen's Day to him.
Just get me a hot water bottle, will you?
Listen, thanks very much indeed. Appreciate you all coming on. All right.
Now, real people, real opinions. Nighttime Talk with Niall Boylan.
Ireland's Classic Hits Radio.